All right, guys, I wanted to give you some of my key takeaways from UFC 303. Pretty good card, all things considered. Considered all the scrambling, considered the antics of Conor McGregor, considering the fact that they had to replace their co-main event not once, but twice. Brian Ortega, Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez at 145, then 155. Ortega gets a fever. Danny Gig comes in like on 4 hours notice to save the card, to save the pay-per-view. So crazy with all that happening, but let's get started with what we're all here to talk about, the fights, the key takeaways. Number one, Alex Pereira. This guy is incredible, and there is literally nobody else at light heavyweight who I think stands a chance at beating him other than Magomed Ankalaev. That is the only fight left to make at light heavyweight, if I'm being honest. Like, there are other people coming up in the ranks. You know, maybe a rematch with Jamal Hill might be entertaining. It can kind of pad Alex Pereira's resume. But really and truly, there ain't anybody stopping Pereira at light heavyweight. The only other guy who seems to have cracked the code on Pereira is Israel Adesanya. So I'm wondering if there's a chance of him and Alex doing a trilogy fight. Pereira has said he's not going back down to 185, and Izzy's been pretty clear he's probably not going up. So that fight may never happen. But let's remember that Adesanya is the only guy to have handed Alex Pereira a loss since he joined the UFC. So there's something there, guys. When Izzy's on, he's on. And I don't think, like, if that Izzy comes to town, I don't think Dricus du Plessis stands a chance, if I'm being honest. But anyway, I digress. Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev, that is the fight to make if there's another fight to be had at light heavyweight. The super fight to happen, I'm sorry to all you guys out there who love Tom Aspinall, but Pereira versus Tom Aspinall just isn't it. It's Pereira versus John Jones, and frankly, I think John Jones makes Pereira look like an amateur. I really do. Like, as much as... So, here's the thing, right? Tom Aspinall is just a big guy. He is a huge guy. He's got great jiu-jitsu, good wrestling, and I think he can outdo Pereira at heavyweight. I really do. And I think he has a really good chance of beating Jones at heavyweight too. But John Jones has everything, all the, like, I think he'll do to Pereira what he did to Gane. Just take him down, submit him, and do it quickly. That's what I would see happening. But nevertheless, I still think that's the fight to make. You know, if they can make that super fight happen at heavyweight, Pereira versus John Jones, like, they're the same age, that would do huge, huge numbers. Now, like, there's really nothing else. But where is Pereira now on the pound for pound list for you guys? Where is Pereira in terms of the greatest of all time? I think he's in the top 10 right now. I think he's definitely cracked the top 10 of greatest fighters of all time. I definitely think he's, right now, I'd put him at number 2, pound for pound. I don't think he's ahead of Islam, though. I really don't. But yeah, let's move on. So, yeah, co-main event, pretty wild fight. Definitely, you could tell that both men had gone through it. Ige, due to the fact that it was such short notice, you could tell Lopez, like, just all that cutting and adding on that weight and all those changes that affected him as well. Great fight, but I'd love to see, like, just Lopez is going to be such a big star, dude. Who should he fight next at 145? Like, he's so good. Like, and he's full of action. It did look like he was getting tired towards the end of there, though, so that might be something, you know, cardio-wise, to expose. Anthony Smith lost, like, good. Like, that dude is just so salty. keep calling out Pereira and saying like he could beat Pereira. Dude, you can't even beat a 185 pounder. Like, I don't know. I think he needs to just stop. Another couple things that I think are worth mentioning. Ian Gary. Ian Gary had a really good fight. He showed... Here's the thing, right? Michael Venom Page is another one of those really hard puzzles to solve. I actually think him and Wonder Boy would be a really interesting fight because they both got that karate style. And, like, they're hard to prepare for. And he was getting whooped on the feet. No doubt about it. Like, Michael Venom Page style completely flatlined Gary on the feet. But Gary showed that he's been working grappling, right? Takedown in the first, complete domination on the ground. Michael Venom Page clearly won the second round. And then the grappling in the, in the second round, Ian Gary did show like he went for a leg lock submission and those type of things. And then in the third round, took the back and basically won the fight from there. And I know a lot of you haters are like, no, this was a robbery. It wasn't a robbery, dude. It really wasn't. Gary won on control and submission attempts. That really is what it was. 29-28 unanimous decision. But I think everybody at welterweight now knows what to do against Michael Venom Page. And that's grapple, right? Wrestle until the cows come home. Because he can't really get back to his feet. He can get taken down by essentially a guy who, like, barely wrestles. Just essentially started jiu-jitsu. I don't want to say just started, right? But, like, you can tell that's not where he's most comfortable. So, anybody who fights Michael Venom Page in the future, like, the UFC better put him against strikers, right? Because otherwise, it's just, like, it's not gonna... Otherwise, people are going to follow the roadmap that Gary just laid out for everybody. You got to grapple Michael Venom Page. Otherwise, he's going to outstrike you and make your life difficult, right? So, those are a few of the big takeaways that I had. A few others I'm going to touch on. There is Joe Pyfer, huge knockout, way to bounce back. And he called for Paul Craig, which, I think he should get that for sure. Some other stuff that happened on the prelims. Peyton Talbot, bantamweight, 19-second knockout. I don't know who the hell he was fighting, but the guy looked like a can to me because Talbot throws the 1-2, and like he throws the 1, the guy goes for a leg kick, gets hit with the 2, knocked out 19 seconds. But great finish. I think he's looking for a top 15 now. Yeah, let me think. Is there anything else worth mentioning? Nope, don't think so. I thought UFC was 303 was great, all things considered. Last thing I'll leave you with is the irony that Alex Pereira, I think, broke his toe kicking Yuri Prohaska in the head. And this whole situation unraveled because Connor had a broken pinky toe. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. And we will see you all next time.